The purpose of hamburger is to talk about passing by reference, mechanically how to do that, and also logically when to do that. Let's take a look at main. So we come down here to main and we see we have four variables that are of type float. PR for price, CST for cost, S-tax for sales tax, and TOT for total. We have num, which is an int. Now in main we say get data, num, and PR. Now at this time, let's assume that num is either 0 or nothing, and the same thing for PR. So we need to transfer control up to the function or procedure get data. So we say void get data, and notice we say int ampersand number and float ampersand price. That means that number is really num in main and price is really PR in main. So we say how many hamburgers, and I say 10. At this point 10 is sent back to main, to num, and if I say price is 0.50, at this point 0.50 is sent back to main into PR, and that's called passing by reference. Now when I do process, when I call process, this is the call. I already have num, okay, and I already have PR, but I'm trying to manufacture these three. So since I already have num and PR, I pass these two by value. I send a copy up to process. And since I'm trying to manufacture these three, I'm going to pass these three by reference. So let's go up here to process. And at this point, a copy of num, the 10, is sent to number. I'm passing by value. And a copy of the 0.50 is sent to price. And I want you to know that cost, S-tax, and TOT don't really exist. They're pointing back to CST, STX, and TOT. I'm passing nothing up here, and I'm hoping to manufacture and send something back to main. Now I've got a constant here, tax. It should be all caps, by the way. Cost is assigned 10 times 0.5. and that's going to be 5.00 now. At this point, back in main, CST is 5.00. S-tax is 5.00 times 0.06. I believe that's going to be 30 cents for S-tax. So now this is 30 cents. And total is going to be 5 plus 30, or 530. So when this function is over, now I have data in all of these variables. These two were passed by value, and these three were passed by reference. Now display, I already have all the data, so I'm going to send all this data here, and I'm going to pass it all by value, no ampersands at all. I'm going to pass it all by value, and then I'm going to go and display the actual output here. Now the bottom line here in hamburger is that generally speaking, when you have get data, you pass by reference. When you have display, you pass by value. And when you have process, you pass both ways. If you already have the data, like num and PR, I pass that by value. If I'm trying to manufacture it, like these three, I passed it by reference. The difference between passing by value and reference mechanically is the presence of an ampersand before a parameter. That's by reference, and the difference by value is simply nothing. And the difference between passing by value versus passing by reference is when you pass by value, you send a copy to the parameter. It's one way. When you pass by reference, it's a two-way pass. You're sending something, or most of the time nothing, up, and you're going to hope to send something back to main.